It's after 5 o'clock in the morning, and whilst most children are tucked up in bed and won't want to emerge until Saturday Superstore comes on in 4 hours' time, Simon and Nicholas are already inside the ice rink getting changed for their training session. This is the only time of the week that the Peterborough Pee-Wees can be guaranteed an hour on the ice at the East of England rink. Despite the time of day, the dressing room atmosphere is bright and businesslike. The sessions mean an early start for parents too, who provide transport and support every Saturday morning. Simon O'Donnell's the goalie and has to wear special protective pads. His brother Nicholas, like all junior players, has to have a face cage on his helmet. The equipment's expensive. The skates alone cost between £50 and £100 a pair. The youngsters are on the ice promptly at 5:45. Surprisingly, they're not the first to use the rink on a Saturday morning. The senior B team are first out at 3:45. Peterborough Pirates Canadian coach John Lawless is in charge of the training session. There's a practice match each week as well as individual coaching and the basic skills. There are 14 Pee-Wees at Peterborough, ranging from 8 to 13 years old. They may be young, but they're tough enough to take a tumble. The team was only formed a few months ago, and it might seem that the youngsters are being pushed too hard too soon. The man who founded the Pee-Wees is Joe O'Donnell, the father of Simon and Nicholas. He believes the early morning Saturday sessions are good for them.
Well, the early morning is good for them. They've got good eyes. They should be fresh that time in the morning. It gives John and I a chance to talk to them where they take it in as soon as they do at school. Yeah, it's an early time, I agree. But the kids love it, If I said from here at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd have it in my 6, maybe even more.
But the game itself is a tough game, isn't it? Too tough perhaps for 8 and 9 year olds?
No, not when they're playing against 8 and 9 year olds. They get into it and they get themselves, the same thing the players, they get themselves psyched up before a game and they have their kicks out there, they go out and they do their thing on the ice and they enjoy it. If they didn't enjoy it, they just didn't do it.
Now for parents it's not a cheap game, is it? How much does it cost to kit one of these kids out?
On average you're looking from brand new kit, from skates to helmet, 300, at least 200 pounds.
The youngsters have already played 3 friendly matches and they'll be in a tournament at Nottingham over Easter. There's no doubting their enthusiasm, but how does the Canadian coach rate them?
The experience isn't there, but it helps out when they're so dedicated to the sport. And like on a skating drill, they don't have the talent to do it, but the determination is there, and that makes the job easier for me.
At the end of the session, it's still only 6:45 in the morning, but the youngsters are happy, none more so than top scorer Grant Budd.
Well, it's fun. If you score, you jump all over the place, and you put your team in the lead.
A rough game though, isn't it?
Yeah, very rough. I've got hurt already, but I suppose it's all right. That needs to be fair.
Simon, was it really worth getting up early this morning for that session?
Yes, because when you go out on the practice, you get in the team and you go to games. And not things like that.
Now, you're the youngest goal miner in the country. Who's your favourite player? Who do you most admire?
Jack, the Russian goalie.
Do you think you'll be like him one day?
Maybe